Now, those are some of our top stories at this hour. Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching us on this 7th day of August. Many thanks for joining us on the Weekend at 1. My name is Michelle Ngele. Now, at least 5 people were killed this morning and 49 others wounded during an accident on the Tower Machakos Road. The accident occurred at Kikima area at the border of Machakos and Makueni counties at about 3 a.m. Bodies of 5 people were recovered immediately after the accident that occurred around 4 a.m. Police said all those killed are members of the same family or distant relatives because they were going back home in Tala after a bride price ceremony in Makueni County. Now, Senate Majority Leader Kindiki Kithure is urging Kenyans to join and support the Jubilee Alliance Party, which is a merger of 16 other political parties. Speaking in a funds drive at Ledero Primary School in Samburu Central Sub-County, Senate Majority Leader Kindiki Kithure said the new political party will unite all tribes in Kenya.
17, hakuna TNA, hakuna URP, hakuna UDF, hakuna New Ford Kenya, hakuna APK. Sisi zote, jamii zote za Kenya tunataka tuunge mkono chama kimoja kisicho na ukabila, chama cha Wakenya wote bila kujali rangi, bila kujali kabila, chini ya kiongozi mmoja, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, na hiyo chama ni chama ya Jubilee. Kwa hivyo maneno ya vyama kidogo kidogo, sijui hii ni ya watu wa Samburu, hii ni ya watu ya TNA, tusahau, chama ni Jubilee.
A group of 200 youths in Garissa have established a movement to address challenges facing them. They also seek to educate their peers on the dangers of radicalization and political alienation. The group that comprises professionals and entrepreneurs also urged the political class to preach peace during their campaigns in a bid to diffuse ethnic divisions in the country.
This is a county initiative seeking to bring together all the youths from this county for the sake of their political, economic and social prosperity. And the problems we're seeking for are lack of vision leadership, tribalism, radicalization, de-radicalization, and the issue of employment, the issue of ID cards. Lastly, the issue of extrajudicial killing.
As youth, activists, social workers, students, community members, we've come together, put aside our tribal issues, put aside our self-interest, and work as servant leaders as we support our government.
We are telling the leaders, our leaders, and we are telling the elders, please spare us these tribalism issues. As a youth, we are clean, we are working together, we are one, we are brothers, we are sisters, and we don't want this disease of tribalism.
Let's focus on education now. Kenya's primary school head teachers are set to begin their annual conference tomorrow in Mombasa, and today the teachers briefed the media on the agenda for the week-long conference. Top on the agenda is expected to be discussed is the revival of school ranking in national examinations. Let's now listen in to that conference live from Mombasa.
Why do I say so? Because the theme clearly states that we shall have the theme called Curriculum Reforms for Child-Friendly Quality Education. It is of a difference because since then we had never had the reforms in education. But this is the time that we are going to address reforms. And the response is key to each and everyone because it will help the Kenyan child to make a difference in their lives. And above all, we have had this curriculum for some time, but we are changing it because of the loopholes that have been cited. But I want each and everyone to believe that the reforms that we are championing for this year is of great importance because it will nurture the talent and the skills of the learners. And above all, they will start their selection of subjects in primary institutions. And this will give them advantage to venture into different fields of their interests. And this is what we want to address this time. The child safety. You have seen the ongoing burning of schools in our secondary schools. But the safety of the children is key to each and everyone. Because a nation without the child is doomed. And we need to address the child's safety so that things are put in place. Along with their safety, the children need to know their right and their responsibility. But seemingly, as a nation, our children have forgotten their responsibility. And they think all the rights may include even banning the institutions. But we want to address issues pertaining to that one so that they clearly understand their responsibility and their rights.
And as per security-wise, we are prepared. We've actually organized ourselves and we are ready for the exercise. Well, as you can see the compound, we got 2 gates here. So our officers will be everywhere. Others will be in plain clothes, uniform. So you might not notice that that person standing near you is a policeman. We planned well and we are ready for it.
That's a very couple of our top story now. At least 5 people were killed this morning and 49 others wounded during an accident on the Tower Machakos Road. The accident occurred at Kikima area at the border of Machakos and Makueni counties about 3 a.m. this morning. Bodies of 5 people were recovered immediately after the accident that occurred around 4 a.m. Police say that all those killed are members of the same family or distant relatives because they were going back home in Tala after a bride price ceremony in Makueni County. Let's now link up with our reporter Murimi Mwangi, who is in Makueni right now. Murimi, thank you for joining us. What's the latest from there?
Good afternoon, Michelle. We are at the scene of that accident that, of course, happened last night. 5 people have already been confirmed dead from that accident. And from the figures that we have, 4 of them are women. The 5th person who perished in the accident being a young boy aged 7 years. And the wreckage has been moved from here. I remember the family was heading from Boni back to Mwala when that accident happened. And as you can see, even from the scene of the accident, the bus was headed in that direction and the driver lost control at that location. Just next to where you can see my colleagues down there. And from police sources, this has been quite a hot spot that has had many accidents happening here in the past. But of course, the information that we have is that the bus was overloaded, happened to have been one hired from a church. And after, as the passengers were heading back from that dowry payment ceremony, the driver happened to lose control here. And from the overloader, of course, perhaps from getting tired of driving for quite a long distance, because we hear the accident happened late in the night, and the family had already been done with the dowry payment ceremony and were heading back home. When you can see here the sign or the scene of the accident where that happened, many perished here, and it had to take police quite some time before they could even access the scene and even move those that had been injured to hospital. The wreckage was moved away sometime this morning. Michelle.
All right, Murimi Mwangi, thank you very much for that development. Murimi Mwangi there informing us that among those dead is a 7-year-old child. Quite a tragic end to a young life. We'll be keeping you updated on that development in our subsequent bulletins. Now, local leaders in Taita Taveta County are expressing concern over the low rate of youths expressing interest in marriage. The leaders attribute the rising cases to alcohol and drug abuse to this developing trend.
Kitu ambacho kinatokea cha kwanza, vijana wanaogopa kuoa, hasa wale wa kiume, na huenda ikawa labda ni ukosefu wa fedha, uchumi ndio umefanya watu mpaka wanaogopa kuoa. Lakini la muhimu kabisa ama jambo kubwa kabisa ambalo limekuwa ni kero ama donda sugu ni mambo ya drugs.
Wengi wanalalamika hawawezi kutekeleza majukumu ya bibi kwa sababu hawana kazi, na kosa kazi kwao wanakuwa na wasiwasi kwamba hawawezi kukaa na bibi kwa sababu bibi atazaa watoto na watoto watatakiwa kuolewa. Na zaidi, shida kubwa ni kwamba wanalia kwamba hawana ajira. na wengi wamejiingiza kwa mambo ya ulevi, kwa sababu umri wao unapofikia wa kuoa ukipita, imekuwa ni kama stress kwao. Sasa itabidi aingie uraibu wowote. Wengine wameingia ulevi wa Mbangara, wameingia ulevi wa kula miraa, kula ogoro, wanakula vileo vyovyote ambavyo watamfanya kwamba asiwe na mafikiria ya kuwa na bibi.